Hello again, everyone. This is Zombie Kids Rule, and I'm back with another quick video on cursed items. A question had been raised a couple months ago, I think, about cursed items, and how you could do that, how you could implement it. And I messed around with it, and I came up with this one particular way of making a cursed item so that when the player equips it, they can't remove it, and of course whatever negative effects that come with the cursed item would be applicable to them. And then of course I wanted to test how to remove that, so that's what this is going to be. It's how to how to curse an item so that once a player equips it, they can't remove it. And then how can you remove it? That's the simple functionality. So this is going to be pretty simple. You can go as crazy as you want once you have the base functionality down, and you can explore and try experiment all kinds of different things with it. Like with all my other older videos, I will show you the how this works in the game, and then I'll break it down into the different pieces. And I'm doing these because I hopefully they help people. I'm still new. I'm still learning. Like I've said in my old videos, or my previous videos, this is not the only way to do this. I'm sure there may be better ways to do it. There may be plugins that do this, but this is just a way to do it without plugins that you can start building off of, and then make it your own and do additional things with it. So here's the functionality, how it works in the game. So we start a new game, and I'm going to go down here, and I set up the remove curse as just a statue, and it says, I remove curses, you are not cursed. Okay, well, I don't need to be uncursed. So let's go check this treasure chest. Leather hat was found. Helm of Delusion was found. Well, that's not good. If it has a name of something, that's probably not good. So I'm over here, and I will go to the equip. And now, if I go down to head, I have two choices, leather hat or helm of delusion. Let's do the leather hat. And can I unequip it? I sure can. Look at that. I can remove it. Cool. If I have the leather hat on, I can go up here. I can remove it when I do the clear. If I do optimize, it just so happens that leather hat is better than the helm of delusion. So it's easy. I can get rid of stuff. And you'll notice that there are these other parts here: feet, hands, legs, fingers, neck. I just wanted to show that when you add these different types of things in your game, you will see later in the database when we're doing something, you can mess with those too. So I just wanted to show that. So I have my helm on. Right, I'm sorry, I have my leather hat on. Well, let's go and swap it with the Helm of Delusion. Now you'll notice the Helm of Delusion is grayed out. So if I go down here, uh-oh, it says I can't do that. Oh no! So I go up here. How about if I clear everything? Oh, it takes everything away except the Helm of Delusion. And then if I optimize, it'll put my stuff back, but not the Helm of Delusion. That's stuck now, right? That's stuck. So I go over here to this statue. I'll just move around here. And it says, it appears you are plagued by a curse. Would you like the curse removed? No. When you are tired, return when you are tired of being cursed. Now let's try it again. You've returned. Would you like the curse removed now? Sure. You are free from the curse. Okay. All right. Well, am I though? I sure am. I have no head equipment, right? So I go here. I can put my leather hat back on. I can take my hat off. Oh, I put the Helm of Delusion back on. Well, let's see what this statue tells me now. It would seem that you've become cursed yet again. Would you like the curse removed? No. Return when you're tired of being cursed. You've returned. Would you like the curse removed? Yes, I would. You are free to, basically you're free of the curse. And I could repeat that, right? So basically that's the functionality. Okay, so this is not really hard. This is actually really easy. I'm going to start off just by showing you this is where the equipment types, where I added the different types of equipment, so that, if you want to use more than just the standard, weapon, shield, head, body, accessory, you can add additional things. And under armor, I created the cursed item. So I put a curse section here because, in any game I have, I'll probably have some cursed items. And then I have, so the Helm of Delusion, right? You give it a name, description, cursed helm, and if it has other negative effects, you might put it in the description. Of course, you choose an icon. You have to choose the armor type, right? What type of armor it is, where it goes, right? The equipment type. And now you see all your different choices. For a real cursed item, you'd probably change some sort of parameter, or you'd change some sort of negative thing in the traits. But the key here for the cursed item is lock equipment, right? That's the key. So under here, when under trait, right, you have all these different tabs that you can put positives or negatives in or things like that. But the one you want for the cursed item is equip and then lock equipment. And under lock, you can see the help text prevents the changing of equipment for the specified equipment slot. And you can choose any of your types that you have built into your game. This is different from seal, right? Where seal prevents the equipping of any equipment for that specified equipment slot. Maybe you would use that if someone was cursed so they couldn't wear any armor or they couldn't pick up a weapon, right? You could use seal for that functionality. But this one we're using lock equipment for a cursed item. And then, of course, you build in any other negatives that you want. So that's a cursed item, right? You can easily make a cursed armor, cursed weapon, cursed whatever. All right, and then the treasure chest is just the standard treasure chest. This is, I did the whole right click and quick event creation and treasure to start with, and that gives you your sound effect. It gives you your animation, and then I just changed the event from there. We are turning Control Self Switch A on so that once this is done running the contents, it will move to page 2. Here it is just giving us our two armor, like our two headgear things, Helm of Delusion and Leather Hat, so that I can test the functionality. And then the text, right? Telling them what you got. Leather Hat was found, Helm of Delusion was found. That's the simple chest. Nothing fancy here. It's all standard default chest things. And then page 2 with Self Switch A is just no contents. The chest is open. You're not interacting with this chest anymore, right? If you want to interact with that chest again, go look at one of my old videos for selectable items where you don't have to take the items. That's a previous tutorial. So that's the chest. And then for the statue, this is just a very simple thing. You can go as crazy and as fancy as you want with this. And I'll talk a little bit in a second about when you have more than one character. So in my party, I have one character, Reed, and I just wanted to show the basic functionality. So the statue is just the image, direction fix. If you don't have direction fixed, the face of the statue changes a little bit when you're standing in at different points. It's almost unnoticeable, but I just put direction fix so it doesn't do that facial change. And then we start off with the conditional branch. If Reed, that particular one member of my party, has equipped the Helm of Delusion, right? So if that is true, then we're going to get the text. It appears you're plagued by a curse. Would you like the text curse removed? Show choices. I chose yes or no. And then of course it gives you the two when statements based on what you put in for choices. When yes, we're going to change the equipment for Reed to the head equals none. So we're taking whatever is on his head, whatever's on the player's head, and we're just removing it so there's nothing there. And that works perfectly fine for this type of the way we're doing this. And then we give the text, you are free from the curse, and then we're turning Control Self Switch B on, which will take us to page 3, and I'll show you that. When no, return when you're tired of being cursed, and it's going to turn Control Self Switch A on, and I'll show you that in just a second. Basically, it's changing that text to make it look like the statue remembers you. And then the else branch. So if this is true, we're going to do this. If Reed does not have this equipped, then we're going to see the text, I remove curses, you are not cursed. Now, page 2. This is where we said, no, we don't want our curse removed, and it says, okay, come back when you're tired of being cursed. That takes us to page 2. Self Switch A is on. That's the highest page where the conditions are met. And it's essentially the same thing, but the dialogue's changed a little bit. If Reed has equipped the Helm of Delusion, the text now says you've returned. Would you like the curse removed now? Yes or no? When yes, it removes the equipment, and it says you're free to from the curse, and then it turns self switch B on, just like it did on the page number 1. So we can go to page 3. And then when no, return when you're tired of being cursed. It's not turning any self switches on because it's going to stay on this page. So that if you come back, it says you've returned, right? And then else, if they don't have it equipped, of course, you're going to have the I remove curses. You're not cursed. Now, if you say no, it'll stay on this page, so it'll keep saying you've returned. If you have it removed this time, it turns on self switch B, which takes us to page 3. Now, page 3 is the highest page where the conditions are met, and it does the same conditional branch if Reed has equipped Helm of Delusion, and the text changed. It would seem that you've become cursed yet again. Get a statue with attitude. Would you like this curse removed? Yes or no? When yes, it does the head none. You're free from the curse. And then it stays on this page, because if you get cursed again, it's going to go back to, it seems that you've been cursed yet again. When no, return when you're tired of being cursed. And it's going to turn self switch B off. So it's going to turn this page off, and it's going to turn self switch A on. So we're going to go back over here. And actually, I didn't even need to do that because self switch A is still on. So actually, I could remove this, and as long as we're here, actually, no, it's safer not to do that, because you can go to self switch B directly from here, so you can go to page 3. So just to be safe, we're making sure self switch A is on, which is going to take us back to page 2. And so that when you say no, I don't want it removed, it goes back to the text of you've returned, right? So again, the statute recognizes us. And then the else branch is I remove curses, you are not cursed. So that's how this works. It has page 1, and then I just added these other pages 2 and 3 just to change that text a little bit to make it look like the statue is recognizing you when you've come back, if you've been cursed more than once. Now, the conditional branch, right? When we go here to do the conditional branch, we're looking for page 2, the actor, and we're going to pick an actor from our party. And then you can choose lots of different things if they're a particular class, if they have a particular skill, if they've learned a particular skill. If they have these are all equipped, right? And the help text will hover over text, should say, yeah, based on whether or not the specified actor has a particular weapon equipped. Armor, same thing, if they have armor equipped. Or state, if they're affected by a certain state. And so this is where you could actually choose a state, and you could create a state of cursed. So let's just say that charm is the same as cursed. I didn't create a cursed state. Then you'd have a conditional branch that says if Reed is affected by curse, then you could go through. You don't have to have a particular item in mind, okay? And you might want to do that if you have multiple cursed items. And you don't want to have each one a conditional branch. If Reed has equipped Helm of Delusion, if Reed has equipped, Sword of the Plague or something, who knows? So you could do a curse state. The other thing you could do is if you have multiple party members, you could actually have this, for instance, calling common events, where if Reed is affected by curse, you go to a common event that's for Reed. If your other party members are, each one is affected by the state of curse, the state of curse, you go to their common events. And then that way you could have multiple party members cursed at the same time and deal with them separately through common events. And of course, with the curse state, you could set it up where maybe it removes all curses, and then therefore, you either go through one at a time, or you say, I want to remove all my curses, and then you just have to get a little inventive there. Do you remove all their equipment and make them, re-equip stuff, or do you go by the each cursed item that you've made, or each cursed thing that you've made, and go down through? That's up for you to decide how you get fancy. Now, for the change equipment, this is under page 1, and it is change equipment. And you select the actor again, you select the equipment type, any of these, and then essentially it gives you all the database defaults for what is available, right? Or you can select none, which is again just removing whatever you have in that type. So if I were to go here, if I were to check hands, there are none because I don't have any hand things built into my database. If I go to head, it's going to give me all the choices that read can use, not all the database choices, but all the ones that read can use based on his class. And again, none is the one that's basically just removing, making it so there's nothing on their head. That's getting rid of whatever. That way, if you have multiple cursed things that go on their head, you're just getting rid of whatever it is. Okay, and that's how that one works. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial and for how you do this. So again, you could get really complex with your cursing things. You could have a bunch of cursed items that do different things. You could use, you could have somebody with a skill that can remove curses, or a spell that can remove curses, or you can have that done through items that you find or you give the player, or you go to a temple or whatever. You could pay to have curses removed. You could have statues or things, or healing pawns, or whatever. However you want to do it, you can use your imagination, and you'd have to just explore how to do this when you have more than one party member. And again, you might use common events, you might go through all your cursed items. However you do it, just this is the basic functionality of how you lock something onto a character so they can't remove it until you go through the steps of uncursing it, or basically unlocking it and removing it. And that's it. So I hope this helps. Again, I'm making these videos because I'm learning, and as I discover things and how I figure things out, if I haven't seen a specific tutorial on it, then I'm going to make a video like this. I'm glad you found my channel. Please watch my other videos. If these are helpful to you, like, subscribe, get notifications, leave comments. I like comments. I like to see what people think, how they might implement this. Ask questions. I'll do my best to help. And if you know of other ways to do this, or if you know of better resources, by all means, leave a comment and say, hey, you know what, here's another thing, a way to approach this. There's another tutorial for this. Here's a written tutorial for it. If you want to point out plugins, go ahead. I just haven't explored plugins yet. I want to learn what the engine does without plugins. So again, I hope this helps. I'll try to get some more of these videos done when I have quiet time. And in the meantime, folks, have a great day. Happy gaming and happy game developing. And I'll see you all later.